pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. It's over. One series, a walk-off home run. This is way back. Walk 'em off. Chris Taylor. It's time for Dodger baseball. First Dodger home run.
Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
Dodgers win.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball.
Grand slam. It's a double for Freddie. Mookie Magic.
They're going to make big signings. They're going to make impact trades. This is the most anticipated season in Dodgers history.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out. What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show after the Dodgers blow another 5-run lead. That's a brutal way to lose a baseball game. You have a 5-run lead at the beginning in the first inning, and you lose in walk-off fashion late. You get a quality start from Tyler Glasnow, and the bullpen blows it once again. Dodgers lose by a final score of 6-5, and the Padres pick up a game on the Dodgers in the National League West. Dodgers fall to 63-45 after tonight's loss. They're now just 5.5 games up from the San Diego Padres. They should be 6.5 games up on the San Diego Padres right now, but due to a rocky bullpen that continues to struggle, this Dodgers team loses again. And you better hope that these guys can come back and get healthy. They need Brusdar Graterol back in the worst way. You need guys like Daniel Hudson and Evan Phillips and Blake Trinan to find it. The fact that all three of those guys are struggling at the same exact time, it's really putting this team in a tough spot to win games, especially late. BC, 0 runs in 9 straight innings, peak playoff form. What is up, BC? What is up, Dodgers Nation? We're going to talk about the trade deadline, too. We're also going to save a lot of that for tomorrow's Dodgers Dugout Live. So, Tommy Alvarado, a 199 super chat. D-Mac, why didn't Dave go to Honeywell in the ninth? So, look, it's still a small size for Honeywell. There's no doubt about that. But right now, I think Dave needs to get off those guys. So, to your point, I definitely think Dave needs to get off of those guys and start exploring other options to find a way to get big outs, to find a way to close out games. You have to just avoid Hudson and avoid Phillips right now until they figure things out. They still can figure things out. And yes, they have pitched a ton this season. Yes, since the beginning of June, this Dodgers bullpen has pitched too many innings. And it's one of the tops in Major League Baseball. You're not getting enough from their starting pitchers. And yes, all that is true. Since the beginning of June, the Dodgers, they're only averaging 5 innings per start with a 4.55 ERA. So that's a long stretch, almost 2 months where you're asking your bullpen to cover the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th inning. 4 innings a game for that long of a stretch. It's going to come back to haunt you. You are going to face a taxed bullpen. Having said that, and yes, that's true, that these guys have pitched more than they should have for the last couple of months. But still, you got to go out there and execute pitches in big spots. And I thought just the sequencing late with the at-bats against Manny Machado, against Jackson Merrill, you're really playing into the hands of what the San Diego Padres like to do as a baseball team. They're going to ambush. They're going to be aggressive. And you saw in the at-bat to Manny Machado, Blake trying on the mound to try to close things out. And the first pitch of the at-bat with the Padres trailing by 2 runs in that situation. I mean, just look at that pitch right there. Just look at that pitch right there from Blake Trinan. I mean, that is a heater right in Manny Machado's nitro zone. Let's take a look at it again. I mean, that's a heater right in his nitro zone, and boom! Crushes it, and the Padres get momentum. That place was electric tonight. Lots of Dodgers fans, but Padres fans were out there in force as well, and that's how the Padres are going to get back in this game, by taking advantage of the meatballs from Blake Trinan in those situations, and it's unacceptable the performance they've got from this bullpen of late. And a couple batters later, after he got Bogart striking out looking, Jackson Merrill gets himself into a hitter's count, 2-1 count, and then a cutter that they wanted it a little up, and it hangs out over the heart of the plate, also on the inner half, gives Merrill the ability to pull it for a home run, and then we are tied, and then you're really losing your hope to close this one out. So, yes, the bullpen, they did not get the job done, despite the fact that you got length from your starting pitcher. Anthony Banda, he did a tremendous job. Goes 1-2-3 in the 8th. But Blake Trinan could not get it done in the 9th inning. And this Dodgers offense, they struggled as well. Only 3 base hits outside of that first inning. And they had opportunities to put more runs across in this one and were unable to. The Dodgers on the night, they go 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position, but 0 for 8 after that first inning. They left 8 Dodgers on base tonight. So, yes, is this the team we're going to see? No. Okay, you're getting Mookie back. Brandon Gomes said today, he told reporters that they feel strong that they're going to get Max Muncy back. So that's definitely very encouraging, and you're going to get more offense. But I'm telling you, they need to figure out this bullpen situation, because it could be the difference between an early exit and winning the World Series. I mean, Michael Kopech, this is not a guy that they just hope needs to go and produce. They need him to come in and produce. As far as your question about Honeywell, yeah, I'm sure Honeywell will get some opportunities if the guys at the top continue to pitch the way they're pitching and giving up these big leads. But 3 times in the last 13 games, the Dodgers have blown a 5-run lead. We saw when they lost 11-9 in Detroit. We saw when they lost to the Astros in Houston, and now tonight you lose to San Diego. You blow that 5-run lead again after starting the game strong the way you did. It's just very, very disappointing. And yes, Honeywell, he's been great so far with the Los Angeles Dodgers. There is no doubt about that. But I mean, still no runs in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 appearances. He's been outstanding. He's collected a save. He's collected a hold. I definitely think that's something that they will look into. But let me know down below in the comment section where you're representing Dodgers Nation from. Big day here. Lots of trades. And I think this was, in its totality, a positive day for the Dodgers, who I think improved their chances of winning the World Series and going deep into the postseason, but a very, very frustrating way to lose for the Dodgers. This is deja vu. This is not what you want to experience on a day that had so many positives. We got Roberts is single-handedly costing us the best record in the league. Nando sent Trinan back to the IL. Dave Morales. Hi, we got Honeywell is a DFA candidate, LMFAO. Yeah, he's not the answer for sure. Machado's whiffs, breaking pitches. Yeah, I mean, exactly. I totally agree. You have to, with Angel, what's up, D-Mac? It's my birthday. I was hoping to get a win today. First of all, happy birthday. Sorry the Dodgers didn't get the dub on your B-Day. At least they got you some trades, though. At least they got you some reinforcements, and they got you some more players. Anthony Keene, if Manny only faced, let's keep popping over here. Blake is a meatball. Yeah, look, Blake Trinan definitely has struggled. He definitely has. He got to a great start, and it looked like Blake Trinan was going to look like the guy that the Dodgers had in 2020 and 2021, when he really was reestablishing himself as one of the elite relievers in all of Major League Baseball. But unfortunately, he just has been really good at times to okay at times, so now you're starting to see the home run balls continue to be a problem. I mean, the home run to Alex Bregman, that was another home run that the pitch was right there on the inner half. He was able to get it into his nitro zone, and he crushed it. I think for him, you want to work the edges, want to work the outside corners, get some chase with that vicious slider, and not live on the nitro zone of some of these players, especially when they're trying to go up there and do damage and try to win the game, try to get close to the game by leaving the yard. And you look at Blake Tryon, last 18 appearances, a 5.28 ERA. So definitely a concern if you're the Dodgers, and it's something they need to address. We got Javier Moore. If the Dodgers meet San Diego or Arizona in the playoffs, they're in trouble. Doug, they aren't winning the World Series. Stop lying to yourself, Ethan. NGO. Barnes with the bases loaded. Exactly. I mean, you had multiple opportunities in this one to go out there and win and really make this one a laugher, and you just were unable to. And I think the onus has to be on the bullpen for sure. But I think the offense, too. I mean, you go out there and you explode. I mean, it was a great start. Ohtani draws the walk. He was hit on the elbow on the stealing attempt where he was able to steal second. It went off his elbow. He was in pain for a minute. Appeared to be just fine. I don't think there's anything going on there to be concerned about. He's going to be just fine. But with Ohtani on second, Will Smith, he singled to center. A bloop singled to center. Ohtani gets to third. And then Gavin Lux, a great at-bat there. 2-1 count. A sac fly to center. Just a really quality at-bat from Gavin Lux there. Just doing the right thing, putting the ball in play, giving up an at-bat to score a run. The Dodgers score first. They go up 1-0 early on. Then Teoscar Hernandez, he goes down swinging on 7 pitches. But then Jason Hayward with the runner on first, 0-1 count, he doubles down the line and right, and Will Smith makes it to third. Dodgers with runners on second and third in business with Andy Pages at the plate and 2 outs. And Andy Pages, he singles to center. That scored 2 runs. Smith and Hayward both score. The Dodgers go up 3-0. And then how about Kevin Biggio? Has Kevin Biggio found something? Because he puts together another really, really quality at-bat. He goes down the count 1-2, fouls off a couple pitches, takes a ball for the 6th pitch of the at-bat, and on the 7th pitch of the bat, he crushes a hanging knuckleball for a home run. He off the foul pole and right, and that goes as a 2-run shot. The Dodgers go up 5-0. It's looking like it's a laugher in this one. Jump to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Manny Machado, he hits one out to give the Padres their first run of the evening to make the score 5-1. And then bottom of the 3rd, Tyler Glasnow got in some trouble. He gets Kim to ground out for the first out. Higashioka, he strikes out swinging. Really nasty curveball there. And then Arias, really nice piece of hitting. He's able to keep his hands in. He barrels one to right down the line for a 2-out double. And then Profar singled to right to give the Padres their 2nd run of the night. That makes it 5-2 Dodgers at that point. Padres within 3. And then Jay Cronenworth, he doubled to right to score Profar to give the Padres another run, and it was a whole new ball game after that. Dodgers up 2. They get 2 runs on 3 hits there, and then nothing really doing for this Dodgers team except for that 7th inning. Morhone into pitch. Ahmed singled to right. Ohtani lines to right for the first out. Ahmed, he steals second. They intentionally walk Will Smith. Then Gavin Lux strikes out swinging. Then Teoscar Hernandez, he walks to load the bases. And then Dave elects to pinch hit Jason Hayward for Austin Barnes. And Austin Barnes, he goes in there, and first pitch, he grounds to second. So that was an opportunity that they couldn't capitalize on. And in the bottom of the 9th inning, we already broke that down. Manny Machado, he crushes one to left, his 2nd bomb of the night. He's round the bases saying, "Let's effing go!" And then Bogart strikes out looking. Merrill hits a home run to tie things up. Then the top of the 10th inning, Dodgers, they weren't able to do anything against Suarez. Teoscar Hernandez strikes out swing. Outman struck out swinging, and Pages fly to right. Then the bottom of the 10th inning, leadoff walk, followed by Arias, his sacrifice bunt. Really nice job laying that down. They intentionally walk Profar, and then with Vesia trying to battle, he tries to get Solano, goes down and in on the They lost a pitch there on the automatic ball, a pitch timer violation. Vesia has dealt with issues adjusting to that in the past, but he gets in a position to strike him out. They go with that back foot slider, and he singles to left to end the game. So a bad loss for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And this Padres team, they're hot right now. They could take tomorrow's game and make this a very, very interesting division race down the stretch. But now let's open it up. I'm going to read all your comments for the rest of the show. Was Roberts asleep? Did he forget prior for the visit? Yeah, I mean, that whole sequence there was just a little jumbled up for sure. And really, you don't see a lot of confidence from Dave Roberts into these bullpen pieces in general. And yes, they have been overworked. You can't deny that. But I do think it's more of a lack of execution in those situations and just really the way they're attacking hitters. And you have to be a little more diligent with the pitch usage. I mean, we're not seeing enough pitches on the outer half to try to stay away from aggressive hitters like Machado, like Jackson Merrill in those spots. Remember, you're the team that has the lead. So I think the Dodgers really need to go back and just, while these guys are adjusting through their slumps right now, you can't be aggressive because you don't have your A stuff. Blake Treinen doesn't have his A stuff, so he can't be challenging hitters like Manny Machado on the inner half like that. And then you look at Alex Vesia, who for the most part has been really, really good for the Dodgers this season. You could make the case that he should have been All-Star. The velocity continues to dip. Tonight, he averaged 92.1 miles per hour on the fastball. On the year, he's averaging 93.5. So the velo is down 1.4 miles per hour. The velo is down on the slider. So it makes you wonder how much fatigue has set in for Alex Vesia, how much fatigue has set in for Blake Treinen. Daniel Hudson hasn't looked as sharp of late. So, yeah, I'm here to tell you, this team certainly has to address the bullpen situation, and it's not from external pieces. You saw what the Padres gave up for Tanner Scott. You gave up 3 top 20 prospects in your organization if you're the Astros for Kikuchi. You gave up 2 top 5 prospects for the Padres for Tanner Scott. It was very expensive to go out there and add any pieces via the bullpen, but they're going to have to hope guys come back. I think at this point, you have to see, now they have Jack Flaherty. If Yamamoto comes back and he's healthy, your number 1, 2, and 3 of your rotation is completely set. Glass now, Flaherty or Yamamoto or Flaherty. That fourth guy, if Clayton Kershaw builds on his first start of the season, where he had 6 strikeouts in 4 innings and 14 swings and misses, I'm here to tell you that he could be the very best starter available for the Dodgers, and he's not really built to come out of the bullpen. So hopefully you do see guys like River Ryan give you multiple innings of relief out of the bullpen. Hopefully maybe a Walker Buehler, I think, could be a solution. I don't think Bobby Miller is a guy that this year you want to thrust into that situation. You want to allow him to continue to develop, then kind of revisit him as a starter. Hopefully if he gets an opportunity at the end of this season or early next year. But they need to have some long and hard conversations about the production, the performance of the current bullpen pieces, because guys that you could trust last year, you can't trust as much this year. I mean, even Ryan Brazier this year wasn't good. D-Mac, this one heard from Arcade Lightfire. Pika Peak was in the house. Leonardo Blanco, hey D-Mac, if we get to 100,000 subscribers, we do a shoey with the Manta mask. Sure, why not? Not Manta mask right here. We do something extra special for that, though. I'll tell you that much. Padres 5.5 games out. This is bad. Honeywell is good. Banda is good. Kelly is good. Bullpen's fatigue. That's from Anthony King. Let's go down here. Kershaw tomorrow, probably 4 innings. It's bullpen cooked. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what Kersh talked about when he was making his way back, is he didn't want to really compromise his bullpen, but unfortunately that's a part of the process, and I have no real issue with it because Kersh really did look sharp, and the velocity was fine there. So I'm not overly concerned about that. And also, too, let me look at the Mitch Lotta half full. I mean, Kevin Biggio, 2-run shot in the first inning. He hit his 5th home run of the season. And Waldron was pretty damn good tonight for the San Diego Padres. He went 3 scoreless innings. So, I mean, that is a quality arm tonight for them. But I think the biggest takeaway, if you're looking at a positive, is Tyler Glasnow. I mean, the fact that he was able to go 7 innings, and it was really their first quality start since Gavin Stone's complete game shutout in Chicago, where you actually had a starter going deep into the game. Hey, he pitched like an ace tonight, and he didn't have his best stuff. Got into some trouble in the 3rd inning, gave up the home run to Machado, but still, I think that's a ace-level performance from a pitcher on the road in Tyler Glasnow against a hungry and hot San Diego Padres team. To go 7, giving up 3 runs, and you're giving up about 1 base runner every couple innings per inning, really, in 8 strikeouts. I mean, it's 8 strikeouts, 7 innings, 3 runs. You'll take that every single day from Tyler Glasnow. And I think the other thing about his outing today that I found particularly interesting was, if you look at his pitch mix tonight for Tyler Glasnow, I think that he's such a student of the game and always trying to refine things and mix things up that you saw a lot of that sinker. You didn't see as much sinker. You saw him throw the slider more equal to the fastball tonight. He threw the slider 29% of the time, 4-seamer 29%, curveball 23%, sinker 19%. So that was pretty interesting to see that from Tyler Glasnow, throwing as many sliders as 4-seam fastballs. Typically, he's going to be 4-seam fastball dominant, and that's going to set up the secondary pitches. But the sinker wasn't commanding it that great. And Manny Machado, he crushed the one that he crushed. That was middle of the plate, right down Broadway, and that left the yard there in the 2nd inning. So yeah, I mean, Glasnow definitely started to pitch like an ace. That was great. And he had 10 whiffs on the breaking ball, 21 swings. So, hey, I mean, I think Glasnow definitely came to play tonight and looked like more like the Glasnow we saw early on in the season. But, yeah, I mean, it's definitely starting to be a concern. I mean, this feels like a postseason type of loss. Bullpen gives up home runs. Bullpen blows leads. Dodgers struggle against Suarez, a high-velocity bullpen piece, and they're not able to muster anything up. So, yeah, this one stung. This is a painful loss. And like I said, 3 times last 13, the Dodgers have blown a 5-run lead. I mean, come on now. Roberts reminds me of the coach from the movie Mission 3000. Kershaw going to get wrecked tomorrow. Hey, let's think positive about that. No killing this team. Need that postseason. Get a small lead, and they relax. Bats go cold. Without the kill, you won't win games in October. That's from Quinn Caulfield. How is Freddie's kid, Rod Wilson? He's going to be back hopefully pretty soon. So I don't think there's anything too concerning from that standpoint. But I'll definitely do some digging on that. Elephant 10's DMAC. That great starting rotation is set, but they blow it in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. They still lose in the first round. That is from Juan Barumes. Jason Diamond in the house. Kershaw can never pitch again. The playoffs. 5-run leads blown. Offense has to score. Tupac would have saved this game from Ricky Flores. Well, he's busy in Cuba somewhere. Tommy Alvarado. Jack Flaherty thinking, well, I guess I will be winning too many games here. Okay, guys, let's just RELAX. Just a little bit. DMAC over Barnes in that situation. We have no closers from Carl. Yeah, they didn't go out there and they didn't pick up a closer, right? I mean, there weren't really many guys that moved. I mean, you look at the fact that no top 100 prospects were dealt and teams were in it to the very end. And you had Ken Rosenthal reporting that the reason why the Yankees didn't go after Jack Flaherty at the end was they had some health concerns. So we'll do some more digging on that and what that means for the Dodgers. But at the end of the day, they improved their roster. And like I said, I'm really excited to see Michael Kopech get to work and use that explosive fastball and see if the Dodgers can do anything to correct that. So, I mean, look, for me, though, the fact that the bullpen, they only had to cover 2 innings and they still lost, despite the fact that you had a 2-run lead, it's very, very concerning. It's very, very concerning. Brusdar Gratterall cannot come back soon enough. This bullpen, they've been an absolute mess for more than a month. So, Yeah, a lot. I mean, liabilities through Phillips and Trinan and Vesia, Hudson. I mean, they've been nails for parts of this season. And Vesia, like I said, has been really, really good, but the velocity is down right now. And when the velocity's down, the mechanics, they get out of whack. You're not hitting your spots as cleanly. So I think it's something that could get worse before it gets better unless they decide they need to address it. But let's be honest, this loss was a little predictable when it got to that point in the game. But they should be up 7.5. They're up 5.5 games on the San Diego Padres. But here we go, guys. Boycott the Dodgers. Okay, wait, come on now. 199 USD. Preller beat Freed. Manny always haunts. That's from Matthew. A $4.99 super chat. Trinan heard how ex-Dodgers Yohan Ramirez and James Paxton did today, and he said, hold my beer. Yeah, you saw Paxton and Yohan Ramirez get rocked for the Red Sox. Yeah, definitely smash that like button for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Peek a peek. Dodgers are not hungry because Roberts keeps coddling them. Mr. Marty Mart, Ohtani buried in the leadoff position. Mr. Marty Mart. Yeah, by the way, did you see Shohei Ohtani late in this one when he got rung up on a strike 3 call? He kept saying, no, 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 no. Then he dropped an F-bomb. I've never seen that version of Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers yet. He was very, very upset in this one. And I like that. He's got that dog in him, man. I liked it. I thought it was, I want to see that from Shohei Ohtani. I truly do. I really, really do. But here we go. What about the whiffs? Tommy Alvarado, AJ Preller owns Friedman. Hey, well, Friedman actually has a World Series, and I think Preller's definitely great at what he does, but very, very different in how they run organization. But Dodgers, another first-round exit from Bob Seger. Did D-Mac actually say it's starting to be a concern? This has been a concern for the last few months. Well, now it's a different level of concern because you didn't go get a bullpen piece that is a trusted commodity. And Kopech has a lot of potential, but potential is another word that just means haven't proven it yet, right? And that really is where it is. The truth is, an L at Petco Park stings hardest from Alex for sure. It definitely does. Freddie is done for the year. Okay, what are you talking about? Nice polo, D-Mac. Was that on sale from Commandatory? Use Bonda to close from Eddie. He's been great in his setup role, man. Bilal K, no run since the first inning. I need a freaking hug. D-Mac, that's from NS. I'll give you a little Dave Roberts hug, but I don't know. That didn't work full-time for him, for Johan. But Dagger Dog, D-Mac, teach the pitchers how to throw breaking balls for strikes. Teams just hunt fastballs. Yeah, that really was one of the big reasons why they lost. Like I said, you look at this at-bat, Manny Machado just boom! And that was a no doubt about her. And that's a sequence where, sorry, I didn't want to see him saying LFG. That's a sequence where you see the command issues in the placement of the fastball there. You know what he's trying to do. Wish I had your enthusiasm, D-Mac Master. I don't know if I'm that enthusiastic, but D-Mac has acid reflux from the lost Rod Wilson. A little cough, guys. I'll be good. Why did we not use Honeywell? I mean, I think that Dave still is going to need to see a couple more appearances from these guys where they're unable to come through to go to Honeywell. But I do think at this point, why not? I mean, you're just not getting enough consistency from Hudson, from Trinan, from Evan Phillips and Alex Vesia to say, okay, these guys are inspiring a ton of confidence, because at the moment they're truly not. Like I said, the way to fix this is pretty simple. You get Brusdar Graterol back, and you start to, in the interim, just moving off these guys just for right now. Use Joe Kelly. Use Anthony Bonda. Use Honeywell. Let's see what Kopech can do. I want to see Kopech as the closer. Period. End of story. Just let's try it right away. Because with everyone's healthy, you got the high leverage arms. I think Evan Phillips would be more comfortable in a high leverage situation. I think Blake Tryon's more comfortable in a high leverage situation. Kopech has gas. I want to see Kopech close. And also, I want to see River Ryan out of the pen in certain spots in October if they decide to go Clayton Kershaw as their number 4 starter. Because we know the top 3, if everyone stays healthy, is an absolute lock at this point. So this bullpen's going to look very different, hopefully very soon. But Graterol was really good for this team last season. a 1.20 ERA, 1.20. And they need him back in a big way. But I don't know, man. I feel like the ghost of Craig Crumble tonight. I mean, geez. Just a bad night down at Petco Park for your Los Angeles Dodgers. Here we go. We got Shohei didn't need the interpreter to drop the F-bomb. That's from John Palmer. That's a bro. We got, they don't make excuses for these millionaires. They're paid to perform. Hold the accountable with the front office for signing these clowns. Okay, that's a little extreme right there. Sicko 710, Dodgers not sniffing another World Series for another 5+ years. I love Shohei from Diane Schroeder. Gonna give you a comment of the show. I need to see that from Dave. Alex Renteria, DMAC. Dodgers don't have a closer, but Tanner Scott was available. You always say parades over prospects. That's from Alex Renteria. Yeah, but you look at what they gave up to get Tanner Scott. That's a pretty big haul. So, I mean, the Padres, they were interested in adding a starting pitcher too, and they say, you know, we're going to go ahead and get our guy, and we'll see. Look, Tanner Scott, there's no doubt about it. Tanner Scott has been the best reliever in Major League Baseball since the start of the 2023 season. So for the last 2 years, he's been the best reliever in the sport. And we also saw what happened when they traded for Josh Hader, and Josh Hader, he pitched 3 1/3 innings against the Dodgers in the 2022 NLDS, didn't give up a run, and got that final out against Freddie Freeman to end that. So it's definitely a concern. I mean, it would have been great to have Tanner Scott. It sure would have. It's another rental, though. Would I have given up 2 top 5 prospects? I mean, would you give up a DePaula, a Frosso, a Rushing? Would you give up one of those guys for a Tanner Scott for a rental reliever? I mean, man, that's a lot. That's a lot, especially when you consider they're getting guys back. I know sure as hell I'm not getting River Ryan. I mean, I think you want to use DePaula and Rushing and these guys for some offseason trades. And that's really kind of the move there. So you really want to burn that for a rental reliever? I'm not so sure about that. I think that they still have a lot of talent. They're able to hopefully get it done with the way they have in-house, and you got to hope that this bullpen is going to look very different. But if I had to choose between Jack Flaherty and Tanner Scott, I mean, Jack Flaherty definitely filled a hole that they needed to more than Tanner Scott did. But, I mean, that's like I said, it's a fair concern to be worried about this bullpen. But here we go. Dodgers trying to dodge the World Series again. It's from JR. Leonardo Blanco. San Diego's bullpen is pretty scary. DMAC, your thoughts? Padres look like they're built for October out of the bullpen. That's an October bullpen right now. That is absolutely an October bullpen. The Dodgers bullpen right now, they're not. But the good thing is you do have a lot of high upside arms. You have arms that, when they're right, have proven to be able to get it done. You just have 2 months to get them right and find the right mix. And we know not all of them are. I mean, I think at this point of the season, did you really expect Brent Honeywell and Anthony Bonda to hang on and think, okay, maybe they'll factor in to this postseason mix? Probably not. But it's a good problem to have. But, yeah, right now, like I said, let's see what Kopech looks like as the closer and go with Bonda, Honeywell. And I think you got to just hope that Evan Phillips figures things out, that Blake Trinan figures things out, that Daniel Hudson figures things out. But, look, it's going to be one of the big X factors for the next couple of months is how do they solidify and just get this bullpen back on track down the stretch. And the good thing about tonight was hopefully this is the start of starting pitchers going deeper into games. That's what I love most about Jack Flaherty. He's averaging 5.93 innings per start, and of his 18 starts, he's gone at least 6 innings in 12 of those 18 starts. So he can give them some length, and the longer that starters for the Dodgers can get deeper into games, that takes a little wear and tear off of the Dodgers bullpen. Because right now the Dodgers pen, they're running on fumes, man. They're running on fumes, and they need to get gassed up and get re-energized in a big way. But a couple more here, guys. We've got a big show tomorrow. We're going to break down the entire trade deadline. Again, some more takes from that. OG Vic the Brick. The carne asada is still going on. Bauer's taking shots with me. We waiting for you. Prospects over parades. Dodgers should have traded for Clase last year. That's a fire take. Clase, honestly, he's my AL Cy Young Award winner. He really is. He's in a Class A by himself. Love me some Dodgers tears from Jeremiah. Love me some Padres World Series. I'll wait. They have none. D-Mac, whatever happened to parades over prospects? Tommy Alvarado. Look, I think that today we did see, I mean, we don't know what it would have required to get a Garrett Crochet. And we could look back and see that this team could have been possibly more aggressive for sure. If it was me, I definitely would have loaded up more too. But the truth of the matter is that the top two starting pitchers that were rumored to be available at certain stretches during this trade deadline mania did not get dealt, and Tariq Skubal and Garrett Crochet. The Dodgers got the best of the bunch. But RK Liker, thanks, my man. Appreciate that. Time to experiment with Reynaldo Yeen. Chief, I don't think you're going to see that this year, but Reynaldo Yeen is a gasser for sure. Hey, at least it was Profar. We got Joseph Reyes, D-Mac full of excuses. These aren't excuses. These are explanations. And I'll be the first to tell you that this bullpen is a massive issue. To me, excuse would be like, no, they're going to be fine. I don't think that you can say with 100% honesty and confidence they're going to be fine. But I think the first step into finding a solution is not going out there and running the same guys in the same situations and hoping and expecting for different results. I need to see different guys in those situations until the Blake Trinans, Daniel Hudsons, and Evan Phillips can figure it out. I think Alex Vesia is starting to become a concern just because the velocity is down. And he's not someone who is a high-velocity pitcher to begin with, but decreased velocity leads to bad mechanics, which leads to leaving pitches out over that can get crushed. So definitely scared. But Hogwatch blocks non-subscribers from comment. What a blank. Yeah, I like Borna. Borna's a cool dude. I used to support Roberts, but just can't anymore. He needs to be bounced as soon as the Dodgers get bounced this year. A 1999 super chat. Roberts needs to light a fire under this team. We can't rely just on Mookie and Freddie. We shouldn't be scratching for wins. I like that take. And I think it's important for the postseason to absolutely not rely on a top-heavy lineup. And let's not forget, you have Teoscar Hernandez and Shohei Ohtani. Let's not forget that. We got the Padres are not a mid-roster by any means. Rod Wilson, you got guts coming on, D-Mac. Respect. Banda and Honeywell pitching well, though, D-Mac. Exactly. I'm with you on that, though. I mean, Anthony Banda has been really outstanding for the Dodgers, and he was once again tonight. So I think when you look at Anthony Banda as a whole and why he doesn't get those opportunities is mainly because he's excelled in the situations they've put him in. And he's not someone that is a lights out type of strikeout machine. And his expected FIP is at 422. His ERA is at 230. So they look at these things. They look at the best way to optimize guys, and they know that he does well in his role, but if you put him in a different role, then maybe it wouldn't have the same level of success. But I do think that for right now, you got to win games. You got to win games. You got to hold off this Padres team that they're not afraid of the Dodgers. I guarantee you that Padres are not afraid of the Dodgers. And they added Tanner Scott. That bullpen is going to be ferocious. It's going to shorten games. Delirium 9. Well, on the bright side, 1, Tyler Glasnow gave us a gritty 7 innings. 2, who would have thought we'd score 5 runs when we saw them unveil this meek lineup? Yeah, exactly. I mean, 5 runs early, a 2-run home run from Kevin Biggio, nice sac fly from Gavin Lux, an RBI single from Andy Pages. Sure, this is not even the Dodgers B or C line. I mean, this is like their C- lineup right now when you look at what it could look like when everyone's healthy. I mean, no Freddie Freeman, no Mookie Betts, no Max Muncy right now. I mean, those are the major cogs of this Dodgers lineup, and you're still able to get 5 runs. DFA trying from Juice Narrows. Chief, if they haven't figured out by now this time of year, they will never move over for some hungry players. That's from Chief. Let's hold Roberts accountable. Ron Fig. Padres win tonight means as much as the in-season tournament. The Lakers win. Fire taking Ron Fig over there. 199 super chat. Are Padres a threat this year? That's from Matthew. Stays our fire D-Mac. Fire Roberts, hire D-Mac. Look, I mean, I'd much rather just talk about the manager than be the manager. But as far as are the Padres a threat? I mean, every team in Major League Baseball essentially is a threat to every team. Let's just be honest about that, especially in a short series. The Padres have a lot of top-end talent where if they're hot and in the right moment, I mean, he's got a Dylan Cease that threw a no hitter, right? I mean, he's your game one starter. You have some high potent bullpen pieces that have had a lot of success. You still have batters and hitters in that lineup that can put a ton of runs across. So, yeah, of course they're a threat. I mean, I'd be lying. I'd be absolutely delusional to say they weren't. Do I still think the Dodgers are a better roster from top to bottom? For sure. Would I trade the Dodgers top 3 with anyone in that lineup? No. So, I mean, it remains to be seen what they're going to get, though. I mean, the bullpen has been a major problem. Major problem. It has to be figured out. And I think you might have to get creative to do it. D-Mac, if we gave up so little for Flaherty and it took so long, why is it so hard to trade for star players? I mean, look, there was no top 100 prospects dealt. This is just a weird time with the expanded postseason, and teams are holding on to their assets. They're holding on to prospects, and teams don't want to move stars for nothing. I mean, how much would it cost to get Mason Miller today? Scooble. I mean, it's been outrageous for sure. But couple more here, guys, and we will head out. If you haven't yet, you can go back and watch our trade special. Tomorrow we're going to do a little in-depth deep dive on the trade deadline for sure. Thanks, Dime Dropper, $1.99. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, D. Clipper fan. You're going to give me tickets to Intuit Dome. I got to check out that new Clippers spot. I don't care if you love or hate the Clippers. That thing is going to be insane. I got to check that out. Steve Ballmer's looks crazy, man. That guy is just an absolute Energizer bunny, man. Blow me a kiss, D-Mac from Diego Hernandez. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do. Maybe I'll do a Bruised Dark Gratterall. A Bruised Dark Gratterall to Manny Machado like he did in the 2022 NLDS. But yeah, guys, couple more here, and I'll get some rest. I'll get some tea. I'll be ready to go for tomorrow. D-Mac, what's your honest predictions on how the Dodgers finish this year, and what can they do to fix the closer spot? I mean, I think ultimately you go closer by committee. You play matchups late, and you use your best 3 high-leverage relievers in those spots. But I think it's too early to answer that question because we don't know what the Dodgers are going to be able to do with Michael Kopech. Michael Kopech, he has the potential to be an elite reliever, an elite closer, because he has triple-digit heat. He has elite strikeout stuff. Only issue with him is his walks, the lack of command. If they could tweak that just a little bit, he definitely could profile as a top-end closer. So we'll see if Evan Phillips can go back to being that guy as well. I did not sell all your Evan Phillips stock. Evan Phillips, he is dealing with stuff right now on the mound, and thankfully we still have a good amount of time to get it right, but I would not rule out Evan Phillips. But Michael Kopech, Ryan Brazier, we're hoping to get back. Bruce Dark Gratterall, we're hoping to get him back as well. So let's let this play out for just a little longer, and it's not completely jump off the edge, okay? Press the panic button if you want, but this team, at the very least, one thing to feel good about is reinforcements are on the way, in the way of Bruce Dark Gratterall. Ryan Brazier is not too far behind as well, and you still have some time to sort things out. Also, you have high-level arms that are starters in guys like Walker Buehler and River Ryan. I mean, even Gavin Stone. I mean, where's Gavin Stone fit in if Kershaw takes that number 4 spot, right? So there is a way to bolster this bullpen by starting pitchers going into this bullpen and being able to assume some of those roles, whether it be a multi-inning role, whether it be a piggyback situation with Clayton Kershaw in the postseason. So there's definitely some creative ways that they can bolster this bullpen, but hey, they got to get healthy. They got to see what they have in Kopech, and they got to get guys right mechanically. And they also got to get more innings from their starting pitchers to take the innings off it as well. Rod Wilson, D-Mac, what would you have done differently tonight? I think first and foremost, I think that Will Smith, knowing what Blake Trinan has been dealing with lately, the attack plans to Manny Machado and Merrill Kelly late in that one, just pitches in their nitro zone. You just can't have that in those situations, especially in a 2-run game on the road against a hungry Padres team. And look, I think as far as the bullpen, the way it's set up, this is kind of one of those last straw type of games as far as going with these guys. Now I know you can't go to Blake Trinan in that situation right now, for sure. Don't call us a paper champion, D-Mac. That's from Chief. So a couple more here, guys. Hell no, get Alman off this team. Did we DFA the right person? Yeah, for sure. I mean, you had to make a move for someone. And Ryan Yarbrough, he was actually pitching more innings than anyone in Major League Baseball. So we got Anthony King. Someone needs to go tag the building with some Lakers colors. Okay, don't. Okay, I'll just no comment there. By the way, the Dodgers blowpen sucks. Arse. That's from Justin Opinion. Doug, can you make a Clippers Nation channel? Juice and arrows. No, I cannot be doing that. Okay, but Dime Chopper's got you covered though. That's for sure. But that's going to do it, guys. D-Mac pulling a Dustin Man, getting a sore throat. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation postgame show. We'll be back tomorrow. Tune in for Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers show on YouTube. Tomorrow we're going to break down the Dodgers trade deadline in depth. Try to get some guests, too. We'll talk about that in the morning for sure. Thanks, as always, for joining us. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, and until next time, think blue.